Good morning.
Hello and happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's the day after Taco Tuesday, which I call Taco Wednesday.
Do you hear another feedback? Do you hear an echo?
I don't.
I wonder where that's coming from.
Peculiar.
Okay, so I keep thinking it's Friday because my kids have minimum day today, and they don't have school the next 2 days because it's frog jump.
I love that. I think that's so awesome.
Oh, I know what it is. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. We've troubleshooted
Yep.
and we've done some IT work, and she's chased down. I think we're doing some light engineering right now. Like we've covered a couple of department head bases right now. I don't think we're getting engineering or IT kind of money, but we're covering both bases right now.
I'm sorry. You and I were doing some commercial stuff yesterday, and I had to hear it back, so the speakers were up, and I was wondering why I was hearing this weird echo. Good morning, Bernadette. Yeah, so my kids have tomorrow and Friday off because of frog jump, and I thought, that's funny. And then sometimes I think, because I forget things and the teachers have to remind me, like Layla got out of basketball practice at 3:30 last week, and I didn't go and get her until 4 because of the normal time. And I think they're very upset with me. Anyway, so I was out on the balcony talking to my neighbor, and I said, the kids don't have school the next 2 days. She goes, they don't? She's a teenager. I said, you better look into that, sister, because I don't think your daughter has school the rest of the week.
Yeah, you always have to have one friend. I'm the same way. You have one friend that you can depend on to hit you up and be like, hey, did you realize this about school? Did you know this is coming up? Did you know tomorrow is Spirit Day? Tomorrow is Dressed Like Blank Day? Like, as long as I have that one friend to remind me, we're good here.
Good morning, Zeke.
Hey,
have
Zeke.
you ever, though, taken the kids to school and then they didn't have it?
Oh, yeah.
Without hesitation, right? That happens to me all the time. And I'm like, what do you mean they don't have school Monday?
Do you mean this week?
Yes. I remember one day my kids take the bus home from school. So if I'm working a little bit late, they're home by themselves for a little bit, right? So I remember picking them up on a Friday after work, and we're driving to my parents' house, and the kid said something about minimum day. And I said, you had minimum day today? And they said, yeah. So they were at home like all day by themselves.
Hey, why don't we go ahead and just start with lunches yesterday? Because yesterday, so I get the kids back. Our exchange day is Monday after school. So on a Monday after school, I get the kids back. So my first morning with them is on a Tuesday. And I decided to try out the car picnic thing with them. So we went to McDonald's and we got a couple of McMuffins. I also had my grocery deliveries coming, but in the afternoon. So their lunches weren't there yet. So we had to go to the Rayleigh's to get some Lunchables, right? So we have our car picnic with our McDonald's, and we're parked right across the street from the school. And I've got their apples and their Lunchables in the seat in front of me. And as soon as they're done with their McDonald's, I'm like opening the door and pushing them out, like, bye, see you later. And I got home and I realized I've got 2 huge nacho cheese with Capri Sun Lunchables and apples, and I can't take them back because COVID protocol won't let me bring their lunch to school for them to take to them, because that's the protocol right now. So one of them got like.
So if they forget their lunch at home, they have to get school lunch. You can't drop off lunch.
Yeah, but the school will offer them something, and they did. And both my boys are never hungry, so they thumbed their nose at it. I think they had like a granola bar and an apple yesterday. And so I feel bad, but if I gave them their lunch, they would have had a granola bar, an apple, and like 2 chips.
I'm glad you brought up school lunches, because I think I even said to you a while ago, my kids get sometimes breakfast and sometimes lunch. And I said, aren't they going to send me an email, like a bill or something? That's what we did in Ripon, right? Both kids come home with bills from the school. Layla's was $86.
Whoa!
And Joey's was like 64 or something. So somebody's been getting a lot of hot lunches that I didn't know about.
How much is a hot lunch now?
I don't even know. I think they're like $2.50, aren't they? Okay, $3.
This is where, when we look at inflation, this is where we got to be like, no. I call shenanigans on inflation, because when I was going to school and when you were going to school, I don't know about you, but for us, a hot lunch, a top of the line hot lunch was $1.10.
Yeah, but how long ago did we go to school? Forevers ago.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The only thing so it only went
Layla,
up.
how much does a hot lunch cost? She doesn't know either. That's how much she's paying attention.
If it's like $2 or $2.10, you're telling me that in 25, 30 years, it's only gone up $1 because my rent has gone up. Yeah, Layla, how much is a lunch?
Layla, how much is a school lunch? Do you know? Is it like $2.50 or $3?
How much?
How are you supposed to know? Because you have $86 worth of hot lunches. She doesn't know. But she gets that from her mom. So last week I went shopping with a girlfriend of mine, and her husband said something. He goes, yeah, those $115 shoes. I said, her shoes were $115. And then both of us realized that we bought shoes that we didn't even look at the price tag for. So I didn't even know how much my shoes cost until he said something about some shoes. What, baby? Mine didn't cost $115. I'm working. Unless you have something, unless you know how much your school lunch is, and you can add to this conversation.
Yeah, you know what? Entry to this show is a school lunch price. I want to know if it's $2.10 or $2.25, and then you can come on the stream, girl. Man, you know what? Everybody thinks that they can just come on. You know, I'll hop on your stream and just crack wise with you. Yeah, okay, Jan.
Yesterday was Taco Tuesday, and I promised you that once again I was going to do that Mexican pizza, and I did it. But I had a good reason. It was my friend Brooke and Robert's birthdays, and their family made homemade pizza, dude.
Oh.
Like one rolled it out, and then one put the toppings on, and then another one like wood fired it. I had 6 pieces of pizza last night. 6. But yeah, see, look, Zeke's son thinks school lunches are free. Yeah, my kids thought they were free too, Zeke.
Not in Calaveras County. We need some of that Placer County love. Bring it on down here.
But the pizzas were small. They were delicious. Victoria says they're $4.85. I'm looking it up.
She's a teacher.
I better start getting that peanut butter out.
This means that a hot lunch at school costs more than a Whopper with cheese combo when I was 16. A Whopper with cheese combo at Burger King with a regular size drink was $3.49. I worked the drive-thru. That's how I know.
Yeah, you can get a Happy Meal and bring it to the kids' school for cheaper than that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
you?
yeah. Yes.
What'd she say? Hold on, I was looking it up. $4.85. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I mean, do you get bottle service with that?
Right? Like we're talking about on the air with the Las Vegas Raiders now have a club in their end zone where you get bottle service, and I'm not going to a game and doing that.
Yeah, you know what happens when somebody comes crashing through the end zone, right? Let's say they return a punt, 65 yards for a touchdown. There's nobody chasing him, and he does that weird thing where he runs all the way through the end zone and then up into the crowd so they can hold him for a few minutes. Do you got to go through the bouncer of the club first before you get to that crowd that you jump up to be held onto obnoxiously?
Yes, you do.
Right. How many people do you take out? How many women in heels are you like dropping a shoulder on and knocking over because they're in 7-inch heels and you're in cleats, jerk? And shoulder pads. And
I am not going to go to an end zone. I'm not going to an end zone. Yeah, especially Raiders fans. They're all 86. Nobody in that club is an actual Raiders fan. If you're an actual Raiders fan, you're not in a club with 700 other people with 2 DJs watching a football game.
I will say this. This is not football, but the Stockton Kings last year when we could do games in person, we had tickets that put us like right underneath the basket down in that area where you're on the court. Like when they fall down, they're falling into your feet, right? Well,
yes.
They've got the whole food service, the why am I blanking on what they call that area? But the refreshments area. They've got a whole table set up for anybody that's sitting down there with like bruschetta and popcorn and drinks and tables and couches.
Ooh,
and like
that's nice.
Yeah, it's like a whole lounge area that, I'm a huge basketball fan. So when I go, I'm like, why would I sit in those couches? I'm watching basketball. But then I went back and I got some bruschetta and I got like
and then I got my bruschetta. That's how different Riley and I are. He's going to the game and getting bruschetta.
Yeah.
I have my face painted in the parking lot.
That's what I'm saying, right? I went and sat down on the couches and I kind of forgot there was a game going on. Meanwhile, you're out in the parking lot and you got veins and tissue and tendons coming down your mouth. It's like, I'm ready for Cincinnati. You know? So I don't think that it's a stretch to have an end zone nightclub. I think it's just the wrong crowd for you.
It's just, yeah, it's not for me. What's going to happen, it's going to be a lot of very attractive ladies in like black and silver cocktail dresses looking for their next rich dude. True. There's not going to be any football fans in there.
And every time a player busts through the end zone, they're going to be like, here's my number. But it's the Raiders, so they'll only be able to get out their number like once or twice a season.
Right? That Derek Carr going to get his mascara in his eye.
Oh, I wish I had a microphone right now to drop it because that's like a football reference that I knew how to make and it landed. Like, I'm really proud of myself on that one right now.
You really are though, huh? You really are though.
I'm going to write that one down later and I'm going to try and find a way to fit that into a conversation at another point in time sometime this week.
Do we want to talk about the fast food thing in the 8 o'clock?
Yeah, coming up, I think we should talk about this because like when you were talking about it, I think you were a little annoyed when you saw how many they could give out. I've had to write signs apologizing for this before. Like
when you worked at the BK Lounge?
A lot. Like
I get hella mad about it too. Like if I order a ton of food and they don't give me enough like condiments, I get pissed.
And I understand why. Like I understand both sides, and I'm so torn on this. I'm a kid that can't choose what parent he wants to live with on this.
And you know how I get sometimes where I just like, I'm usually kind and stuff, but if I'm having a day, like I've said to the people, are you Ronald? Then why do you care how many sauces I get?
I freaking love you right now. Are you the king of burgers? I don't think you are. So I'll take 3 ranch, please.
Which, side note, in the Victoria's Secret one time, I asked the woman if she was Victoria, and she said no. And I said, then there is somebody above you that I need to talk to.
Coming up, you know how when you see the fountain drinks and you think to yourself, I could take this little clear cup and put some Coke in there, and who would care? I have been the guy who I am not a Carl or a Jr., but I took a high schooler's drink from him when I was working there because I was so mad that they just took it.
I am not even a little surprised.
Yeah.
By that.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
You know what? You would make a really good like a parking lot ticket giver attender. Like,
yeah,
you would love that. Oh, they're a little over the line. They're get a ticket.
Do not give me a golf cart and a book of tickets because everyone's getting written up. You know what? You need to hit up all the nearest high schools and see how much you get paid to be a hall monitor. I've applied. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you in the 8 o'clock about food. Obvi. It's because of what we do. We'll talk to you guys at 8. Bye. Bye, guys.